I didn't have a lot of support of a lot of people. My own brother telling me, what are you, an idiot? Just get rid of it. So in his mind, why wouldn't you? I sat with his girlfriend and I said, we're gonna have this baby. And she started to cry.
Hey, we're here at Independence Hall here in Philadelphia, the home of our Constitution and Declaration of Independence, the place where our Constitution established the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That life is unfortunately not protected a couple of blocks down at these abortion facilities here in Philadelphia, where thousands of lives are still being taken. So let's continue to pray that the Constitution established here in this building will again protect all life, not just those lives who are born. Hey, we're here at 12th and Locust at the Planned Parenthood in Philadelphia, the site where the big, huge, major FBI case with Mark Houck happened right here on this specific ground that I'm standing on.
They were away from the gates. The alleged victim, the abortion escort, walked to them.
He's used profanity in front of your son. He's made crude sexual references in front of your son. You're going to react, just as a father, pretty negatively to seeing that just right in front of you.
Escorts were just being really mean to his son, and he defended his son. And I think it's really important for us to understand that there is so much still to be done. The FBI is not our friend here, and they are investigating pro-lifers for doing great and amazing work.
We entered into that spiritual battle, and it was incredibly difficult. The jury trial, most of these people that were selected, the 12, supported Planned Parenthood, donated to Planned Parenthood, or volunteered to Planned Parenthood. Mr. Houck, you believe they're murderers, don't you? No, I don't. You believe they're baby killers, don't you? No, I don't. Well, what do you believe, Mr. Houck? Well, I believe they're collaborators in the evil of abortion. So you believe they're baby killers? No, they're sinners just like me. You believe it's a battle, don't you, Mr. Houck? On your website it says you believe it's a battle going down to Planned Parenthood, you're in a battle? Yes. It's a spiritual battle. So it is a battle. Spiritual. Then my son got on the stand, and I was so proud of him. If you imagine a 14-year-old son being up there, the only witness, and if what he says could determine whether his father goes to prison, he came up on the stand, I was so proud of him. And I said to my attorney after I was on, I said, how'd I do? He said, you did good, but your son was better. The jury, how do you find the defendant? First count, not guilty. Now I knew I was going to be found not guilty on that. The second one was the assault charge. How do you find the defendant? We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty. I looked at the judge and I was in tears, and the family, of course, we rejoiced. I said, thank you, Judge. He said, no, thank you, Mr. Houck. And then he said the best words of the whole trial. Now you have to know I was already inwardly free, okay? You'll lock me up, but I'm still free. You can't take that away from me. But the judge said, Mr. Houck, you are free to go.
We actually are now just down the street at the Community Women's Center of Philadelphia. We are just so blessed that it was just a walk across the street to be able to get real tangible resources, free pregnancy testing, and real support for you so you can choose life. And so we're here at what was a very, very famous spot for the last couple of years with the Mark Houck case and the FBI. And we can see that there is life on this side of the street and death on the other side of the street.
I was 20 years old. Chris and I had just started dating. Came out of the doctor, I thought I had a stomach ache, and the doctor was like, do you think maybe you could be pregnant? And I was like, I guess it's possible. And she said, well, it came back positive. And he was out in the waiting room. We had been dating for 3 months. I was terrified, and she said, don't tell him yet. I'm gonna give you a number for you to speak to somebody. They'll tell you how to break the news to your family. When I saw him, I started crying automatically. And he just hugged me and said, you know what, we're gonna get through this together. And I think that support was just, I guess, what I needed to feel secure in the possibility that we could do it. I did tell my mother, and she's a very hippie, like, oh, whatever, it'll all work out, it'll be fine. But I didn't have a lot of support of a lot of people at the time. I had friends that were telling me I was stupid. My own brother, one of them, telling me, "What are you, an idiot? Just get rid of it." I sat with his girlfriend and I said, "Okay, we're gonna have this baby." And she started to cry. And I was confused. And she said, "I just had an abortion 2 weeks ago." And she's like, "I'm 28 years old. I've graduated from college. I have no reason not to have had a baby. My parents would have been very happy. I'm, older. They want grandchildren." She's like, "And here you are 20 years old doing something that I couldn't even do." So my brother, the one who she had the abortion with, was telling me, just get rid of it, because he had just done the same thing. So in his mind, like, why wouldn't you? And I didn't have any faith background. So it's not like I was doing it because I felt like God had this plan for me. I just felt like I had been taught in health class that this is a consequence of that action, and babies come from that, and if you do that, that's what happens. And I said, well, it's not the child's fault that I was being irresponsible. Chris was raised Catholic, and he had pro-life parents. His first thought was, well, we're gonna figure this out and have this baby. He never once doubted or made me feel like we weren't gonna be able to do it, and he was just very supportive from the beginning. And so even though I was scared, I trusted him. He said, "I'm gonna lead you." And so I just took his hand and went. So we found out we were pregnant in September, and by December we were married. I had him in June, and we just figured it out.
What's his name now?
Tristan. He just turned 14 last week.
I see a lot of times that men just kind of run away or walk away from a situation. How important was that for you?
It was everything. Because I could have easily said, well, if he's not going to be in it with me, why would I do this alone? I have no job, I have no means of income, how am I going to take care of a baby? And as secular as I was, I really could have just said, this is too hard. So I did know girls who had said, well, I had a one-night stand, or I didn't know the guy that well, and so I just took care of it. It really does make the difference. If the man is involved and you know that you're going to have financial support, or just even, taking care of the baby, it's really hard on your own.
Some women are out there today who don't have support. The man has run away, or they don't even know who it is, right? They don't know who the father is. What is your message to them?
We don't know what we're capable of until we do it. Having this opportunity to do something, you don't know what it's gonna light inside you. You are so much stronger than you think, and there's so many people who wanna help. I've worked with women who work in these organizations, who donate money when women decide they wanna keep these babies. It's amazing what communities can do when they come together. These women have helped so many babies come into the world because they just support and give money and give, supplies. I think it's such an important thing for these women to know that they're supported, because people will choose if they feel like they have someone to reach out to. But doing it on your own, it's scary. It's amazing what people can do when they come together. I think of all the babies that could be saved if people just felt supported and loved. You can do it. You can do it, and you don't know, and you say it's too hard, I don't think I'm capable of it. There's something that lights inside you when you know that there's somebody who's gonna be depending on you. It brings out a part of you that you didn't even know existed. So to be like, I can't do it, it's silly to say that, because I didn't know. I was 21 years old when I finally gave birth, and we figured it out. And it made us people that we didn't even know we could be. So, and five babies later, we're still doing it.
Hey, we're here in Hamilton, New Jersey, just east of Trenton, New Jersey, and we are here at the Planned Parenthood here in Hamilton. They do chemical abortions here, and as we've learned, chemical abortions are no better than surgical abortions. It still takes the life of the child, it still destroys the mother's life. She's doing the abortion herself, not at this abortion facility, but at home in secret. It's a terrible way for them to go through this abortion, and of course, it's a terrible way for the child to die. Continue to join us on our pro-life tour at prolifetour.com. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.